Welcome back to Sunrise Live, and now we can discuss what I promised you. We're talking about women and their cars, and we're joined by two ladies who know this very well. First of all, next to me is Rima Doshi, who's the PR and marketing executive from Kingsway Tyres, and of course the executive director of Kingsway Group of Companies, Jana Shah. Ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So that sounds very interesting. What's it all about, the women's tire clinic? Is it all about tires and women, or is it even a bigger scope of issues?
Okay, well, the whole thing came up when I thought about, I said, okay, you know what, there's ladies driving all over the place, right? I mean, we have so many lady drivers now. And the thing is that we are conned quite a lot. I mean, you go to your mechanic, or just because you're a man doesn't mean that you know everything, you know, that sort of thing, right? And I wanted to give some empowerment, right? So we came up with this whole women's tire clinic concept, where women can come and they get to know a little bit about their tires. When they're buying it, what's the size, what's the pattern, how to change the tires, that's one of the things, right? But that's how the whole thing came up. Mm-hmm. You wanna bring it out, you wanna tell the women about it.
Jana, you know a lot about driving. What are some of the unique challenges that women, besides the obvious ones, like most women can't change their tires, they would have no clue if a car broke down in the middle of the road. What are some of the other challenges that women face with their cars?
You know, sometimes when they go and fill fuel as well, so you know there's a small knob which you have to replace when you fill pressure in, how much pressure you have to put in cars. And even while changing some oil as well, they have to know what they are going for. So all that was actually put in together in this tire clinic, you know, just to educate more about changing tires and maintain your cars and your tires as well. Basic of how to maintain, because many ladies, you know, they like driving cars, but they don't know the basics about it. So we wanted to do this to educate all the ladies, and the main thing, how to change a tire. It's not very difficult.
I want to throw you to the deep end. First of all, Rima, what are some of the tips that you can give ladies when it comes to handling their cars? Several tips. Let's start with you.
Okay, well, I'd start with, first of all, see, the basic thing is this. Between you and the road, the only thing that there is a contact with is the tire. Now imagine if your tire is just any riff-raff tire. You just bought a Chinese one or whatever it is, right? And you don't take care of it. You don't have the right pressure. Because, see, the basic thing is, if the tire doesn't have air in it, it will not work. That's the other thing. Right? So these are some of the things that we're talking about. What else can I tell you? Okay, so what's the pressure that you put in your tires, you as a person? How much pressure do you know should you put in your tires?
It depends on the car.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, normally people don't know that. When you go into a petrol station and say, okay, so it seems that there's low pressure there, just put pressure. And then most guys will be like, oh yeah, 30. Right? But it all really depends on what sort of set of tires you have, what car you're driving. It all really depends on that.
That's a good one. I think, honestly, I'd call it a tip. It's not just some information out there. Yeah. Jana, what do you say are some of the tips that you have, handy tips that you can give to women? And, of course, there are some men who have no clue about this.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when you're driving a car, you can feel that the tires are not okay when it depends on the way you drive. Stability, even the steering becomes not normal. So sometimes, your car needs a wheel balancing as well. And sometimes you can see all of a sudden you go off the track. So these are the tips where we tell ladies that you have to maintain. You can drive a car, but one day when you get up and drive a car, you feel that it's not normal. So you have to get it checked. The wheel balancing, the pressure, and alignment. Like
she was saying, you have to be in sync with the car.
Yes.
You had this clinic, it's already happened. I'm sure you have many more.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested in knowing the answer to this. What emerged as the biggest obstacle to women and some men in terms of changing the tire? Is it fear? Or did you establish that there's something specific that makes them not be able to do this?
I think we are so privileged here that once we have a puncture, we just stop. And you get so many guys who come and we just spare them, doaki tuki dogo, and they do it. But, it's nice to be mobile, and it's nice to know how to do it, because it doesn't take long. So that was more of an educational trip as well. And
So what did you establish as the child? Is it fear?
It's not really
It's
fear.
not
Like
fear.
she said, I mean, it's really this. I mean, most women, when they come out their cars and there's a puncture or whatever it is, you just stand out and you look at your tire and then there's 5 guys who come and help you out. Here in Kenya, there's really just that.
We are privileged.
We are.
So we
I mean, but what if you're somewhere where there's no one?
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of nowhere, you know where. Because
Anywhere.
women drive alone and they drive for long distances or they drive in the night or whatever it is. And there's not
I can
always
assure
going to
you,
be that. Right?
99% would drive with that tire the way it is.
yeah,
to the
and
next
reach to the petrol station,
Could
but
be.
then you're damaging your rim.
True.
So sometimes it's not nice, and so other thing can happen. So it's nice to just stand on the side and get it changed. And you know, we want to, in the next clinic, after a few clinics, we want to do like a competition of a tire change. You know, just give some specific time and ask the ladies to do it. It's more fun.
That will be interesting. I
Yeah.
hope we can make it to...
Hope so, yeah.
Now, let me ask you about this. You know, when you talk about, the first word that you said is ladies are conned. Ladies and even some men are conned.
Yeah.
In terms of getting authentic, not just tires, spare parts for your car, because you know it's very important. I've been seeing billboards by a famous car maker saying, you know, I wish I got that. A car has been hit, a serious accident, saying, I wish I got the right spare. How does a lady who's not very conversant with car issues know what a genuine spare is?
At the moment,
Rima is clueless. Jaina, you can
No, I was actually trying to understand it, but you can answer
yeah,
that.
it's like conning with the spares. Like, okay, we have so many different spares in the market as well, but sometimes it is difficult. But I think it's nice to take 1 or 2 opinions. Like in the tire, I can talk about tire because we actually have a technicians, we have good machineries where, you know, we try and explain that maybe you can buy this, you can buy this. We give options.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a chance to give us your closing remarks. Rima, let's start with you.
Okay, right. No, I was actually still on the spare wheel tire sort of thing. Really, it's just as simple as this. I mean, you need to take care of some of the things that in your car, as a woman, you need to know. And, you know, things we touched on was road safety. Things we touched on was like about your oils, about your petrol, you know. I mean, this was a tire clinic, but we had a wholesome sort of a view about your car. And it's important to have this information with you as you're going, because then that's on the long run. You're not, at least you know, someone tells you something, and it's not just, oh, okay, right, you know, you're totally clueless.
Yeah.
So it's important to actually know these
To be
things.
informed to assert yourself.
That's it.
Jaina, your concluding remarks?
When we had this tire clinic, it was really worth it. Like, we had so many questions, like ladies really wanted to know so much of it. And we said, yeah, you know, ladies, you take care of your cars. Like the way we dress up, we like dressing up. So we have to look after our cars. It's the maintenance. And there were so many things. And in fact, we were more happy because many ladies came up with, they didn't know anything about it. And now they were even insisting the next clinic you have, please bring our whole engine to let us know. Because
like we want to see, you know.
It's a bit too ambitious.
Yes. And we have planned few clinics to all, because we have tire centers all over the country. So our next aim is to have more clinics and educate more ladies.
Well, ladies, thank you very much. Rima Doshi, the PR and Marketing Manager from Kingsway Tyres. And of course, Jaina Shah, who's the Executive Director of the Kingsway Group of Companies. Thank you very much for taking time to give those handy tips to the ladies out there, and of course some men. Well, that's it for KTN Sunrise Live for this first hour. But in the next hour, we're talking to senior representatives from Orange, Kenya, who will be telling us about money and, of course, your phone. We're talking about mobile banking, that in the next hour. And also, we'll be taking you through what to expect as students start their KCP examinations.